All right, good evening, everybody. It's Saturday evening. It's time for the deep dive tonight. We will be discussing the hero's journey. Right now, when we say the hero's journey, we're normally referring to Campbell's work on the monomyth, but tonight we'll briefly touch on Aristotle's Poetics, which is kind of the origin of this sort of thought. We'll go through some Peterson, we'll go through some Campbell, and we'll discuss the distinction and the importance of the distinction between Campbell's 17-stage monomyth and Vogler's truncated 12-stage hero's journey, and what that means in the realms of philosophy, of art, of drama, of literature, and of religion, and what it means to the our understanding of the human condition, our lens on observing and understanding ourselves. So for this discussion, we got rid of Mario because the Jews just don't matter as much in this particular topic. So I've got Cade here because he is one of my oldest friends, and among those dearest to me, probably the most well versed on this topic that I know personally, and so I hope to have a good show in this conversation tonight. Aaron Olson says, "Mic check." I see what happened. Yeah, there it is. Aaron, you are correct. We should now be on the correct mic. Thanks for that. Thanks for catching that. And hopefully this won't be the last time we see Cade, and I can get him to buy some studio lighting. How you doing this evening, brother?
I'm doing great, brother. It's good to be here. Hello, everyone. Hey, Aaron.
So, take a moment, if you will, and introduce yourself to the audience and kind of give us a brief summation of your background in the material, why it is that you've obsessed over this topic for, oh God, last 20 years, more than.
Yeah, longer than that. So mine, like a lot of people, especially in the generation before me, started with Star Wars. I saw Star Wars when I was 12 years old, and I thought I didn't understand why I had such an immediate connection with it. I knew that I did. I knew that I did have that connection, but I didn't understand the basis of it. And then I began to see it's like when you discover the Beatles or Elvis or something, and you see these people passing out, and falling all over each other to get to it. It's just this weird thing. So I thought, well, there's got to be some sort of undercurrent here. So I started digging, looking into George Lucas and where he got his story from, and it turns out he had a jumbled up bunch of characters and plot points that he wanted to hit, but he was just lost. And this is in the early to mid 70s, and what to do with his space adventure he was writing. He picked up Joseph Campbell's Hero with a Thousand Faces, and that gave him the outline that he needed. And he was able to then put them into plug his characters into the Jungian archetypes, which we'll talk about later, and the situations of the hero's journey as outlined by Joseph Campbell. And it turns out that's the kind of the rhythm, if you will, to which we all live. That is, you talked recently about, you had a deep dive on aesthetics. On a previous show to that, we were talking about how you inherently know when there's a note that's off, when there's a beat that's off. It's that same sort of thing. That is the formula by which we live, by which we mature, especially and almost exclusively for the male, maturing from an adolescent male into a man.
Yeah.
And without
Lux Dei in Omnia, the light of God in all things.
Right.
Paul Crutudo Principio. In the beginning, there was beauty.
Yes. And speaking of God, the apotheosis, of course, is the apex step of the monomyth, the hero's journey. Without these things, a man cannot become what he is. He cannot achieve what he wants to achieve. He cannot live the life that he wants to live. It's not necessary to live a life. It's not necessary to live a full life, but it is necessary to achieve what Carl Jung calls individuation, the reconciliation between your conscious self and your unconscious self, to be a complete, content human being, and most especially for men. And it's
Yeah, what Peterson refers to as incorporating the shadow.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Without incorporating the shadow and knowing what parts of the shadow to suppress, one cannot grow to the point that one should grow.
Right. And we covered this on the show about the vital work of selfing, which heavily referenced Kierkegaard, most especially in the Sickness Unto Death, where he describes the work of toiling through faith to become like Christ in order to draw oneself out from despair. And in Kierkegaard's estimation, when he describes it, he sort of thinks of Christ as the self, and you, the fallen human, are the shadow which needs to be integrated. It's a very interesting philosophical reversal on the more core underpinnings of that conversation.
It is, and I need to dig into some Kierkegaard. I promise you I will. I promised you I would, and I will.
And Jiggly Plum, I could say you should just go with it, man. Just go with it. maybe go watch some Randy Feltface videos after we kick your freeloading ass off of YouTube and hop behind the Rumble paywall. But just go with it, brother. So we're a little less than 10 minutes in, but I don't want to. I know this episode, this topic is a little heady, a little esoteric, and not likely to draw one of our larger crowds. And so I'm not gonna beleaguer it too much and wait too long for. Aaron, you're good enough, brother. You are good enough. Jiggly, before I kick your freeloading ass off, I need you to say something nice to Aaron Olson, please. But I do have a new Brushfire original AI music video that we're going to run, and then at the end of the video, we'll be behind the paywall, and we'll pick it up from there. You ready to do this, Cade?
I am.
Come on, Jiggly, don't let me down. Say something nice to Aaron. All right, here we go. Do that one.
Beneath the sun, in fields where Father's work was done. No throne of gold, no crown, no fame. He learned his strength from honest name. A stick, his sword, the wind, his foe. He dreamed of deeds the heart must know. Not born from night nor shadows cry, but from the dust beneath the sky. Rise now, boy, the road is long. The weak shall fade, the true grow strong. Through sweat and toil first flame to seek the weight behind his name. He broke, he bled and rose again, for fire refines the hearts of men. Through pain and love, through loss and sin, the boy was gone, the man with the same old earth, a clearer sky. His father's hands were still and cold, yet in his heart the same light glowed. He plows the soil, he guards the flame, and whispers softly his father's name. Rise, great man, your tale is told, your deeds are sung in voices bold. The child shall dream, the cycle spin, the hero's fire shall burn again, not from the dark, nor wrath, nor fight, but from a Father's steady light.